Good morning, good morning, good morning.
We are
How are you this
live.
morning?
And look, y'all, I'm matching. Look at my shirt and my nails. And I
Look
wasn't
at
even
my
thinking about
shirt
this
and
until
my
I just did
nails
this.
and my
Look,
band-aids.
look, I wasn't even thinking when I did this. I was just doing this, and then I was like, wow, my
Hey,
nails match my shirt. Got that nice old royal purple on there, royalty. Everybody, I am ecstatic. Yesterday was a great day. Thank you for joining us again to another segment of In My Element with Neela and co-host Ray.
hello,
Bam,
good
baby.
morning, everybody.
Alma, good morning. Karen Dickinson, good morning. Thank you for joining me, ladies, this morning. Yesterday,
Corinne,
this show
morning,
is going to be off the chain. Now, see, Turk, if you notice in the top corner, look, it says one person, right? Or it's first it says zero, then it says one. And it's two people obviously here, right? But it's just the weirdest thing, the count. So don't even freak out on count. But I'm going to go into the day. Yesterday, after the show, remember I told you guys I had a meeting. That's one of my business dealings. Well, actually, it's a sponsorship for the show. Now, it's a different sponsorship. They're not paying for the streaming services or anything. But it is the products that I use at home. And baby, listen, y'all gonna get a 15% discount when y'all use that. So that's even better than the tax discount. If you live in Chicago, our taxes is 10.25. If you live anywhere else, your taxes might be 5 or 6%. We in New York are the only ones in the United States of America that has that high damn taxes. We the only one. We the only one. Don't
Stick
check
up
this
with
tax.
no pistol.
Stick up with no pistol and a screwing without a kiss.
Uh-oh, she shouldn't have said that. Someone did not like what she said. Don't be
and, a,
talking about having sex.
and a screwing without a kiss. That thing
They
said
won't even
screw.
give you a common courtesy to give brother a reach around. Retch around.
Ain't no retro. Listen,
What up,
but the
JB?
difference, but the conversation, the meeting I had yesterday was really good. I ran into one of my coworkers from Door to Door Sales, y'all. Listen, me and Barbara Bethea. I should have had her on the show, but she will be on the show soon. Barbara Bethea and I. That will be the proof of this of the ghettoism that we listen. It was me and Barbara Bethea in Door to Door Sales. We were working across the street from each other. We were in Inglewood, California. It was a beautiful sunny day.
Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood.
Bam, baby, bam. And we was kicking it. We was in Wilmington. We was everywhere. We was all in the hood, up to no good, selling soap and cleaning everybody's false hope.
Did you know
We was
back in the
doing it, baby.
70s, Inglewood was considered a really nice neighborhood.
Inglewood in California.
Oh, okay. You talking about Inglewood in the Chi?
I'm talking about Inglewood in California, not Inglewood in the Chi.
Oh,
Back
that's what I'm
Inglewood in
talking
the
about.
Chi.
Inglewood in California was a beautiful place. I went there in 1973 after I graduated 8th grade. And I didn't want to come home, and my mother wouldn't let me stay.
Wow. I can't imagine. I'd have never met you, Turk. I'm glad your mama made you come home. But then again, I'm thinking, damn, he probably would have been a superstar or something.
I was playing basketball with Reggie Theus, beating his ass on a regular basis. He ended up going pro. I ended up being a drug dealer.
And a drug user.
And a drug abuser.
A drug user and abuser and a dealer and a wheeler.
Yeah.
Tequila. All right, all in the one. Look, but you know what? You know, everything works out, for a reason. And I just got to tell y'all, it has been a blessing. Knowing Turk, knowing y'all, meeting y'all. I love life. I love life and I love everything it has to offer. It might not be the grandest of what I want it to be, but that's my little sickness. But life is beautiful. It is to be lived. It is to be enjoyed. I do love it. And I get frustrated too. When things don't, I expect certain things and I don't get them, or I want things to go a certain way and they don't. I get frustrated too. I'm human. Hell, I got idiosyncrasies like every damn body else. And yeah, I got some idiosyncrasies and I got some things that I don't like about myself. And sometimes I tell myself about it too. I be in the house snapping on me, but
hey, frugal mama.
I be in the house chastising me. But let me let y'all know this: life is beautiful. It's grand. I love it. Hey, Daybreak.
Where you been, Daybreak?
Jonathan, wellness with Frugal, Karen. I love y'all. Thank you for joining us. We have a special guest in house today, you guys. Phenomenal person. I worked with this young lady. I had the pleasure of working with her and having to coax one of my bosses, and they'll never tell the truth. And you know what? It amazes me how people just will not tell the truth. And I was coaching with one of my bosses, and they swear to God it was their decision to bring this person on board. We worked together, and I was like, no, I think if you're going to hire anybody to do anything, you need to look at so-and-so. Because have you looked at the quality of the work she does? Mind you, I was the little person on the totem pole. They didn't really want to listen to me, but after asking a couple of other people about it and they really not wanting to come in and do it, I'm sitting there like, why the hell are you asking people to do something that I done already told you the person I think is going to be the perfect person in this position to do it? But once again, who am I? I'm a 145-pound gorilla sitting around the room. I don't know nothing, right? Well, lo and behold, they ended up finally following and saying, you know what, well, let's go and get them anyway. Because it was like a hurry. They needed something in a hurry, in a rush to get done. And they knew she would be able to produce it or help do it. So they're okay, let's get it. And see, I don't like stuff like that because to me, it's like you being used. And I don't like being used at all. Hey, Tracy. But this story, this woman today that we have on the show, that's coming on the show today, has a hell of a story. And she has a hell of a life that she's lived. And the story must be told. And like I say, we all have a story. We all have a testimony. We're all walking testimonies, if the truth be told. We are all walking testimonies. But, a lot of people ain't going to look back and over their life and think, about, the craziness that they've come through that God has brought you through. It's always either a big power, I did it all by myself, or, you know what I'm saying? Or someone else helped me, a blase Skippy. Never God first, then the people that he used to help you second. But God is always first because he's in the midst of all things. And I don't want y'all to ever forget that because God is in the midst of all things. He is the great I am. And so I just want y'all to know that. This one young lady, I admire her. I love her dearly. We both have had our cries together. We both have set up and had to shoot the breeze with each other and she done help me out. She done schooled me on things with my daughter. I done schooled her on things with other things. You know what I'm saying? We both can help each other out. And that's what helps
life is all about. Period, point blank.
Yeah, humanity. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say one quick thing and I'm gonna get off of it. Just like it's a lady right here now, Tracy Perkins McCullum. I adore her tremendously. Her and her husband have a love relationship that is out of this world. But Tracy is a phenomenal person. She keeps God first in everything she do. And that's why she has been so greatly, greatly, greatly blessed. Her and her husband own numerous properties. None of them have a mortgage on them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Prosperity and love. And, she just retired from 33 years and 3 months on the job at the post office. You know what I'm saying? That's life. That's love. That's awesomeness. That's God. I don't care how you look at it. That's God. End of story. And I admire her for it because my fucked up ass.
T, watch your language, young lady.
I'm sorry.
And I'm out of here, y'all. I gotta go. I love y'all, but peace out. I got a lot of stuff to do today because I'm going to North Carolina probably in the morning or Friday morning. So
I know. Now, the hell with the show. Look, the hell with the show. The hell with the show now.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Show. I'm going to North Carolina. Fuck this show. Look, okay.
Jonathan say, get the cuss, T. It's 2022. There will be very little profanity. And if it is, it'll just be ass and damn. Just like on TV.
And so, ass and damn.
Unless we do a midnight show.
That's right. Y'all know I ain't going to be up at midnight.
If we could do a midnight show once a month.
Maybe once I can burn the bridges. Maybe once I can burn.
And we'll do it on Friday so the people that work can stay up and watch it.
Yeah, maybe once. But everybody, I'm gonna say this: to God be the glory. I want to bring this young lady on and talk with her and just have a beautiful conversation with her. Oh, you really are gone? He's stuck now. You really are gone? He froze.
Yeah.
Oh, he froze. He said, yeah, I'm trying to get to my Alicia boo. He trying to get to Alicia. Girl, there was some bad hats in that box. I love them hats.
Haley.
I thought you were going to be here for the guest.
I'm out. I'll let y'all later.
Listen to the story. So listen to the story. You might want to chime in.
I can watch it later. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace out. Be safe out there too. Wear your mask and wash your hands, Turk. Everybody, thank you so much for staying on board with us this morning. Let me bring on our guest by the name. Her name is Charlotte Austin, and I'm going to let her introduce herself to you, and then we're going to have a beautiful conversation. Let's bring her on board. What's up, Maybelline? We're going to
Maybelline.
Here and teach us how to tie those curves one day.
It's cold outside, Maybelline. It's cold outside.
It's cold outside, baby. It's cold.
It's cold outside, Maybelline. I can't help no chickens.
Everybody, let's welcome Charlotte Austin to the screen. God bless you, Charlotte. Thank you for getting up this morning on your off day to join us. On the show, because I know she could have been laying there in that bed, clicking that remote, just chilling, baby.
You better let her know.
Look at that face, though. How can you look? You know what I'm saying? Let me turn this light on because it looks a little dark here because we ain't got no sunshine today. None whatsoever. It's darker than dark outside. Look, let me get this. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the light here. Ooh. Look. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, I look a lot lighter. So, Charlotte, give us a little insight. Tell us your name, which I already introduced. Tell us your age, if you don't mind sharing, and tell us what you do.
Hi, good morning to everyone. My name is Charlotte Austin. I'm 25 years old now. I'm 53. I'm 53 years old. I work for the North Lawndale Employment Network. I'm a production specialist. I've been doing that since like 2000. Well, I just got the new title last year because I was under Neela. I was Neela assistant. So working with Neela was just wonderful. When Neela would be on the laptop doing it, she always thought I wasn't looking. I'm looking because I know Neela used to always tell me, you better learn this. Everything from to go to the computer. You better learn your pronunciation, just everything, Charlotte. You better learn it. And I'm sitting looking like, yeah, all right. But she was right. She was correct. So I grew up with a wonderful family, mother and father at home. I'm the sixth child out of 7 children. I grew up on the low end of Chicago on 45th and Champlain. When I grew up, it was so fun. It was so loving, caring. Everybody in the neighborhood loved and cared for everybody. If your mother cooked liver and her mother cooked chicken, we're going over your house to eat because I don't want no liver. But it's rough growing up right now, and it's scary for me and my children and my children's children. I went on a crime spree, and like I moved from Milwaukee. I moved from Chicago to Milwaukee, like in 1995. I ended up meeting this guy. He had just got out from a year. He was out a year from robbing banks, and he did like 10 years straight. So he's like, "Hey, let's rob a bank." I'm like, "What?" But I'm thinking about the money, the jewelry, the cars, the drugs. You know, I'm thinking like, okay, let's do it. I thought we was just gonna do it that one time. We ended up doing it 9 times and got away all 9 times in Milwaukee. Scared. In the beginning, I was scared, but it felt like going in the store getting candy because it got easier and easier and easier. But as I was doing it, I know I was just setting myself back, you know, for my family, not being there raising my children. But thank God I had 2 loving parents that raised my children. My sisters and brothers raised my children. I got arrested December 5th, 1996 at Red Lobster. I was sick.
Was you eating?
Yes, I was. I had some shrimp scampi.
Was you able to finish it all?
No.
Oh no! But see, they gave that other boy some burgers and fries when they arrested him. They let you finish your scampi?
No.
Dang.
His sister ended up whatever I had. His sister had because she was cool. I'm thinking his sister, you know, all right. I'm sitting there and the guy came to the table and said, "Hey, that lady said you the lady been robbing banks." I'm like, "I ain't been robbing no banks." So I jump up and grab her. And as we walking out the door, I saw the police coming in. And he asked me my name. I gave him some phony name. But as we go outside to the car, there's more police out there. And they took her around the corner. And I had this jogging suit I was looking for. So she must have took it from my house and put it in her trunk. And when they popped the trunk, I saw my jogging suit. And I'm like, so they took her around the corner. And they had this police do this. He told me to do this. He was like, "That's her." I'm like, "That's her what?" And the other cop came, "Your name's Charlotte Austin. You live 1106 East Knapp Street. You and 4 other men." Let me just say some scan. You and 4 other men, and her brother has been robbing banks in the city of Milwaukee for like 5 months straight. I'm like, he's like, "You had the right to remain silent, blah, blah, blah." So I'm sitting there. I ain't never been arrested. I ain't never been in juvenile. I ain't never been in trouble till I got up in age. So sitting in the back of the car with the handcuffs behind my back. As today we call them Coco Chanel handcuffs. And I'm just sitting there scared. My mom, my dad, my kids, my sister, my brother. I was like, oh, I'm in some trouble. I'm in a world of trouble. A world of
Mike said she set you up. Mike said she set you up.
She did. But I ended up getting, I sat in the county jail, Milwaukee County Jail, for 294 days because Michael kept firing his lawyer. He kept fighting, so that sets me back. I met Larissa Bennett. I met so many people, you know. It kept setting me back. So, but the time did get credited to my time. So I end up getting sentenced to 30 years in the city of Wisconsin jail, the prison system. I came home March 7th of 2017, and I've been home ever since. I came home to Chicago. I did 20 years straight. I did not get out and do 2 years and go back. I did from 1997 to 2017 straight. And I did it like a G because I was out there robbing the banks like a G. I was like, I didn't know how to jail. I'm looking around like, what the heck? So I had to be quiet over here. That's the TV room. That's the shower. We do canteen this day. Let me just sit back and look and just watch. So I had to
observe.
I had to teach myself how to jail. When they say quiet, quiet. When they say run upstairs, run upstairs. So me sitting there, I'm looking at all these people, these young girls, and I'm looking, the girls looking like me. I said, they got men here? I ain't because they looked like me. And they got men in here. What's going on? But they was women. But I built a relationship. I had to build another family because I know I wasn't going to see mine unless they come visit. Unless they come visit me, my mother bring my kids. And let me tell you something about God and your parents. That's from Mississippi. My mother and father brought my children from Chicago to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to see me. I left from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I went to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. They brought my children, brothers and sisters, came to see me. I'm out there going to the lab. I'm out there doing everything God knows I ain't supposed to do. So I thank God for my parents. I came home March 7, 2017. My mother passed away March 7, 2021.
Oh, on the same day, Charlotte?
Yes. Yeah. 4 years. Yeah. 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 And I didn't think about that till my sister said something to me. I'm like, wow.
That was freaked out. Good morning, Stan and Jonathan and Blood Brother Mike and Linda Shaw and Yvette. Good morning, you all. Thank you for joining us this morning. We are here with an Alicia. Good morning. We are here with Charlotte Austin from Chicago, who had been incarcerated for 20 years
Straight.
for a bank robbery. And I'm not gonna say she didn't commit it.
I did. I ain't gonna lie, I did. I didn't have no time. I had 9 charges of bank robbery. They dropped 4. I pleaded guilty to 5 because the other 4 couldn't identify me. So she still up and giving me 30 years. So I did from 1997 to 2017. And I still had 10 years paper to do. Let me tell you something about God and doing what you got to do and listening and listening listening to people like you, Neela, and looking at people like you and meeting people that's up, going up the stairs. I'm gonna climb with them. My PO, I was standing with my son and I was like, hey son, it's about time for me to move. Thank you for everything. So I ended up giving me an apartment. And Neela, you helped me with that. I was like, Neela, I ain't never had no apartment. I ain't got no credit. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. I said, they ain't gonna give it to me. And he was like, why not? I said, I have a background. I'm an ex-felon. I just got out of prison. So me and Neela we was working on Florida and we online looking. I said, I like this building. I like this apartment. I ended up getting an apartment. My PO came, gave me the biggest hug. She said, I'm so proud of you. She said, you're doing everything you got to do. I said, I'm not going back because I know once I came home, I hit the ground running. And I thank my sister Elaine as well. And she going through something. Just lost her daughter.
Yeah.
So we lost my mom, then we lost my niece. So my PO, she'd come, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. She like, all right, bye. I never gave her a problem. She never asked for a UA. Nothing. Only time she would ask to see my check stuff. She'd be like, damn, that's all she asked. She'd come upstairs. She'd be like, girl, I ain't finna come up there them stairs. She said, this one I'm finna do for you. She said, I'm finna petition to get you off parole. Mind you, I knocked down 4. I got 6 more. I had 6 more years left. I'm off of paper and parole.
Ain't nothing but God. She had 10 years of paper and parole, y'all. 10 years of parole to do. After 4, bam, I had to talk with her parole officer, the people where she was renting from, to give a good word for her. I had a couple of people I was working with to try to see if they can get her an apartment somewhere close by so we could go to work together. And they said, well, she got a background. My neighbors. I'm like, well, she's human like your darn neighbors are. But they didn't want to be nice. They didn't want to be forgiving. And I said, you know what? That's not a place for you to go, obviously. And we kept looking. I said, we're going to call these places and we're going to find out what we're doing about these apartments. Because y'all know when you have a criminal background, that one of the prejudices of being Black or having a background and being Black in America is to try to get housing. Mm-hmm. It is hard. You can't even, I think you can get housing a lot easier if you're not Black and you own a background in America than you can if he is Black. Because it is a racism still going on. Let's keep it real. I mean, ain't no such a sugarcoating jet. Racism is still here, alive and still damn well. And we have to do things. But I want to get back. Rosalind, thank you for joining us. And Stan, thank you for joining us. I want to get back to you, Charlotte. You did 20 years. They picked you up at
Red Lobster
Red
in
Lobster.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Milwaukee,
Fond du
Wisconsin.
Lac.
Milwaukee.
Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. So I want to go back to your life there. You were there. You guys had just robbed a bank that day.
2 days prior. 2 days prior.
And what made you go there? To was it because y'all had the money, or you just wanted some Red Lobster, or what?
That was our favorite spot, going to eat, going at the Red Lobster. That was our favorite spot. But not knowing that she was sneaky and wanted to take me down. Like, and I know what I was doing was wrong. My conscience ate me up. We would go there and eat all the time. Just eat. You want to go eat? Yeah. Let's go eat.
Who was it that took you down? Who was
my boyfriend's sister? The one told.
His sister told on you and on him. So
I got caught. Mind you, we gave her name is I'm gonna say her name Lisa. We gave Lisa and her boyfriend $20,000. So I get caught, get arrested, go to jail. They ain't got to give us that $20,000 no more. They ain't got to pay it back. So I'm out the equation. All of us out the equation. We lost everything.
So here's the thing: y'all were giving her money, and she was taking it.
Mm-hmm.
But was there an award, a reward given for the capture of you and the other bank robbers?
It was 5 of us. It was $1,000 a head.
So she ended up getting that
$5,000, yeah.
On top of her 20.
Yeah. So once her, and I don't wish nothing bad on no one. I know when I was doing it was wrong. Her son was in the Army. He came to visit, and somebody ended up blowing his brains out. You know,
her son?
Yeah, her son. He was in the Army. His name was Little Johnny. He came to visit. Mind you, his dad was in the world doing, selling drugs and all that. So if I can't get you, let me get the closest thing to you. So they end up,
right.
So, and I felt bad. God knows I felt bad because Johnny was my little homie. I felt so bad, but I was angry at his mother. But why should I be angry at you for something that I was doing? Mm-hmm. So when I came home, I reached out to her, and I didn't supposed to. I reached out to her, and you know what I told her? Mm-hmm. Thank you.
For helping me get my life back on track.
Thank you.
Bam.
Thank you. I was like, hey, this is Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte. How you doing? I was talking to her nieces first, and I asked her, how Yvette doing? Yvette doing good. She went through it. I said, okay. I said, can I call her? And Tenny's like, okay, Charlotte, I'm gonna ask that. I said, hey, this is Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you for helping me get my mind right, get me right, get my heart right, get my soul right. When I was in prison,
right.
10 years had went by so fast. And I'm like, okay, let me do something. So if they had a program to tie your shoe, let me do it. They had a program to button your blouse, let me get it. Every program they had, I was in. Every program they had, I was in. I said, I gotta go home. My parents getting older, my children getting older. I'm a grandmother now. I miss, and my kids was letting me know, you missed my graduation. I'm pregnant. You missed the birth of your first grandson. That hurt. Oh God, Lord knows that hurt. That hurt so bad. And sometimes they still hurt right now today because I wasn't there to see them as an infant. But I see them, they 9, 10, 11 years old. But I'm there helping them and being there and loving them. And I'm saying, this is what I miss. This is what I miss. I miss changing a diaper, hugging them, or see my daughters and son walk across the stage. But they sent me pictures. We wrote letters. The thing about being incarcerated, communication. If you don't have a family, you burnt your bridges. Your family is a prison family.
Yep.
I know I burned my bridges. My family loved me. I had friends loving me, asking when Charlotte coming home. How long Charlotte got? Tell Charlotte we say hi. We miss her. We love her. I love and miss y'all too. I'm coming home soon. I'm coming home. Y'all gonna know when I'm home.
So Charlotte, back to these banks. You walked into the banks and robbed them at gunpoint?
Yes. Like I said, I ain't never been in trial. I ain't never had a juvenile record. So we went to JCPenney and bought BB guns. And they did this. Yeah, they looked at like real guns. So I would go in there dressed up nice. Look, I go up there dressed up nice and looking all cute and stuff. Hi, how you doing? She said, I'm fine. I said, can you show me how to get to Northridge from here? And she'll have her head, I give her a 10 and she'll have her head down. So when she raised up, I have a gun like pointed at her. And of course she's scared, you know, and I tell her, dude trained me so good in my head. I had to get this money. You got so many minutes, you got so many seconds. Top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom. Somebody at the door. I got 2 people at the door. So when I turn around, they know that had the door open. And I walk out and I tell the girl, count to 1 million. Get on the ground. I know where you live at. I know where you stay. I know what school your son go to. Just putting fear in there for money. For some money. And we did it 9 times. Or we'll create a diversion.
So Blood Brother Mike says, robbing banks with BB guns? He said 30 years for that? Damn.
I had 5 charges.
She didn't just rob one bank.
9.
Mike, she robbed 9 banks.
Hey, Brother Mike, let me tell you, I didn't know how to boost. I didn't know how to hold. Excuse my French. I did not know to write checks. I did not know to sell dope. If it's so, I would have used it. I did not know how. I'm keeping it real. I did not know how. So when he said, let's do it, all right, I'm with you. But I keep my past up front. So I know not to go backwards.
There has been so many stories about bank robbers on the news and things of that nature, but this is unique. You were in Milwaukee. You were robbing banks. You were with a crew of people. One of the guys that you were with, his sister told on you. She had your outfit in the trunk of her car. I want to get a better understanding of what, was she sitting there with you guys eating?
Yes, she was. She got up. She said, Charlotte, I got to go call London. And London is her man. So I'm sitting there, 5 minutes went past, 10 minutes went past, 15. So I'm looking around like, what's she at? What's taking so long? And the waiter came to and stood there. He was like the same waiter we get every day. He said, hey, that lady said you the girl been robbing banks. I ain't robbing no banks. I jump up. I see her.
Wait, the waiter told you that his sister, that the guy you was with, that the lady that left to go call her man, said you were robbing banks.
Yeah, you the lady been robbing banks. So he must have heard her on the phone talking. So he came and gave me a heads up. Hey, you better hit it. You better do something. I don't know.
Oh, the waiter told you that.
Yeah, the waiter. He like, I don't know. You better hit it. You better run. You better do something. But she just called the police and told him you the lady been robbing them banks. And let me tell you about money and them serial numbers. Them serial numbers, they ran the numbers. We had robbed Metropolitan Credit Union. And them numbers showed up stolen from Metropolitan Credit Union such and such day. Yeah. Yeah.
So they were tracking the money by the serial number.
Yeah. By the serial number. Yeah. Stolen such and such date from Milwaukee Credit Union. Yeah.
Now I've worked with bank safes, and you know that's what I do now. And I've seen, but I didn't know. You just gave me some information I didn't know. I didn't know that they actually literally write every serial. All that money is scanned. That's basically what it is. It's scanned. So in the scanning of it, it is picking up all the serial numbers. Wow.
And what bank? What bank it came from? We robbed one bank, and I told the girl, them dye packs, it can touch just like that and pop off. And it popped off in my face. It felt like a billion bumblebees stung me in my face with black and pink smoke.
Shut the front door. You had the pack.
I had a dye pack.
First in your face.
Yeah, because she took it and put it in the bag and went, pack. And as I walk out the door, it just really immersed into the air. And it's in my face. It felt like a billion bumblebees just stung me in my face. But I'm still walking up the street with smoke coming out my bag. You know, and muddy. I'm just steady walking up the street. And I get in the car and I tell my guy, we went grocery shopping. And he know to pop the garage once we get home.
Well,
and so I think we had to throw away like $80,000 because it was all pink. It was all pink. And you can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. And so
no store. Well, no store in their right mind is gonna take it. They're not supposed to. They said they're not supposed to take money that's stained, but I'm gonna tell you something. I had some stained money from blood, and I didn't know it had gotten into the money. Yep. And they didn't want to take some money from me, and I had to go to the bank and let them know, hey, look, I'm not able to spend this money. Somebody's going to have to do something. But I had bled when I had cut my hand. I didn't realize how bad it was cut, and I reached into my pocket and grabbed my money. Well, mind you, when I did that, all that blood got all over that money, and then I had to let it dry. Well, I didn't think, but that was way back in the day, and they still do that to this day. But I got to ask you this. This is the amazing. Well, I got to hit these comments first. It said, Jonathan said he's sorry to hear about that girl's son. Wellness said only $1,000 per head that they were given for one.
Mind you, this was in the 90s. It was in the 90s.
That was in the 90s, y'all. And right, it's called, Rosalind says it's called karma. Sorry to hear about her son, Jonathan said. Blood Brother said robbing banks with BB guns. And Rosalind said live a life of no regrets and keep moving on forward. That's what she said. And Blood Brother said glad you good with life. He's glad you good with life. And Blood Brother also said that was a message to get out. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. And Jonathan said, so how do you feel when you have to use a bank now, or do you just use the ATM?
Do Jonathan see me? Do he see me?
Yeah, he see you.
Oh. So, me and my son crazy. Neither know my son. So we had to go to the bank. So he stopped the car and he looked at me. He stopped the rip. He said, he called me Florette. Florette. I said, what, baby? Can you go in here? I said, leave the car running. So when I first, mind you, when I was incarcerated, they had me working. So I had 2 jobs. They had me literally, I'm working in society, working. Right. So the money that I came home with was mine. It was mine. So I had to go in the bank. I was so scared and nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't scared and nervous at the part. I'm gonna rob them, but I'm scared and nervous. Like, I ain't been no bank 20 years. What do I do? You know, do I go up there? Hey, what you doing? Let me get that. I don't know. My son and
you don't have to stick no finger at it.
My son had
a gun at him.
I walked in the bank and I'm like, oh, my mouth got the water, and I'm like, oh my God. My son was like, you all right? I was like, no, I'm not. So we had to go out. I had to literally get myself back together because last time I was in the bank and I robbed it. So this time I'm in the bank for the positive side. So let me get myself together. My son's like, Mom, it's going to be all right. Calm down. You know, you're probably going through. I'm going through something, boy. You just don't know. Your mama going through something. So I go in there. Hey, how you doing? I would like to do this transaction just as nice and neat. Instead of, hey, let me get that. You know, so stuff, you know, but I go in the bank just with ease now because these guys got real guns and I be looking at them, you know, and ATM, but it was kind of crazy the first time going in there.
Okay. So Stan said, he says, I'm working on my computer. I thought you had Monique on your show this morning until I looked up. He said, I was like, Monique did some time. What, is she human? Yeah, she can do it too. And he said, wow, what a testimony, Charlotte. He said, I know she's heard that many times. Yes, she has. And then, thank you, Facebook user. Thank you. Great morning to you too. Jonathan said, leave the car.
My son looked at me.
And then Blood Brother Mike say she in the bank, and they say, damn, she back.
I remember her face.
Wait, and wait, Blood Brother, I know, right? That's what Jonathan said. But wait, not only that, now y'all know that's been over 20 years ago, right? So it's a lot of the people who have been retired And some of them have moved on to different banks, but I wonder if there's still anybody that's working in the bank scene that was in the bank scene that got robbed that remember you. That's what I would love to know. But you built, to move on with this story, Charlotte, you built a lot of friendships while you were incarcerated with people who you still stay in touch with today. A lot of the ladies and stuff you had built friendships with were incarcerated for minute stuff, you know, basically drugs that caused a lot of it. Ask me how I know. And you know, when you're under the influence mentally, it makes you do things out of your own natural, raw, good character. And we do it knowing it's really not us, but we do it because we know we really need something. And that's that drug to satisfy that itch that we're having. And in saying that, you met all these friends, you stayed in contact with them. And I know from you and I being in the office together that, you know, there was a couple of them whose lives are gone now. One has OD'd and all kinds of stuff. And one just died, you know, normal, but you're still here with us and you have gone through a lot, Charlotte. And you came back, you had a battle with your children because they felt abandoned by you. You had your mom and dad, and you've been feverishly taking care of your mother while she was alive. May her soul rest in peace. She just left past last year, y'all. But Charlotte's mom and dad were together. She'd been helping to take care of them, and they were taking time back and forth to help her mom, her sisters and all, taking their turns to help mom. They are really tight-knit family, y'all. And I really admire that. I really admire that. And you came out, you started looking for work. You came over to North Lawndale Employment Network because your sister was working there. And your sister said, come over there, girl. We're going to help you, Blase Skippy, because that's what North Lawndale Employment Network does, is help people who are returning to society from incarceration get back on their feet and get acclimated back into society. Well, when you came, when I came, you were already there in training. You were going through the training program of it, which we train you on beekeeping and bee honey manufacturing and production. And then we do that for 3 months? And then you build up a rapport, something to put on a resume. We assist you with resume writing, interviewing techniques and all that. And we also have commitments and partnerships with companies that ultimately will hire you, but you do have to go through the procedures as normal of hiring. And that's the resume, the interview and everything. They don't just hire you just because you're coming from us. They hire you based on your interview. And you came and you went through our program. And I was there as the operations manager, and I had a boss over me as the chief of operations. And we saw your work. I saw your work. You trained me when I came in the door. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she has a technique of doing this, labeling and everything. We label our jars and everything by hand, pour honey, all by hand. All this is done by hand, y'all. No big spectacular machines, none of that. And Charlotte had such pride in her work. And I saw that 6 months later, after me being on board with the company and all, there was a space that came up for a person to, actually 4 months later, there was a space that came up for, we needed extra help. I could not be the one running to the stores, building rapport and sales relationships, and be the one in the warehouse pouring honey and all of that. I couldn't do all of it. I couldn't wear all those hats. I told my chief, and I sat down and we talked, and he was talking about putting someone in that position, and a couple of people he had mentioned. I was like, I don't see the passion in them like I saw in Charlotte. She had such passion for doing what she was doing. I was like, well, can we bring her home? And it was all this stuff about, well, she got to do this, and I'm like, well, ain't that what this organization is all about? Is helping them to get on their feet. Even if we got a position, we should be offering to them before we offer it to anybody else. I mean, give these people a chance. You know, everybody ain't just criminals and don't know jack. You know, we all ain't just stupid and all we know is crime. You know, because I'm in that same boat with you. So in talking, I said, we got to bring Charlotte back on. You know, she does this shit with ease. You know, she can train and people will listen. They like her personality. She's good with people. She reaches people, you know, from all walks. We got to bring her back on because I can't do this all by myself. He sat, he talked. Well, let me go to so-and-so and see if it's okay, the big boss. And my chief went to the CEO and let me see, and I'm like, you know, I don't see, you know, the CEO who, you know, a little friction there. But after pushing and after pushing and after pushing and after pushing, I said, hey, I'm about to break. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Charlotte. I told him I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna probably have to look for another job because I can't do this all on my own. And I meant that. And he's like, well, we'll give her a try. They end up giving Charlotte a try and putting her in a position up under me where she was, she didn't have to. I didn't have to train on pouring and production. She already had that down pat. That's why I wanted her there to handle that, to run that. And it was a battle, but we ended up getting her in there. And Charlotte, we got you in there permanently. And from that point on, I stayed in her butt. Mm-hmm. Learn this, know this, mm-hmm. do this. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't think she was competent enough to manage. I said, bullshit, she get along with everybody. See, what does competency have to do with anything? You know, she only no degree. Let her grow into it.
Yeah.
And I'm so forever grateful to have had the meeting with you, to know you, to have met you, to know your story, you know, to have shared offices with you, to have shared, you know, just all kinds of stuff I've shared with you. We've had our conversations. Yeah. And she still called me out. Neither. What I spoke Maybelline. She called me Marlene. I call her Maybelline. We were talking like that in the office at one time, you know. And now, Maybelline, did you get the honey picked up for all the people that's coming today? And that, you know, people looking at us like we crazy, but we were just having fun in the office. But here she is today, y'all. She's still alive. She's standing. She's well. She's gorgeous as all get out, and keep herself on fly. And look. She keep herself on fly, and she's here today, and her story is one that is just amazing. Wellness says so happy for her and proud of her for deciding to not go back to the life you once lived, and this makes for a great song. Can't stop, don't stop, can't stop, don't stop. Yeah, he said that makes for a great song. So Stan Edward is a songwriter and musician, and so somebody tell Turk stop calling me from a scam number. Okay, and so well, thank God for family. Wellness said thank God for family, huh? Yes. Randall said, what you talking about, Brother Mike? That's not me. Y'all silly. And hallelujah. And then Brother Mike say, I know, Turk, I thought about you when the call came. Stan say, I have a best friend who can't find a decent job today because she has a felon. Tell her to call me, Stan. Tell her to call me. Okay. And Petal Granville. Good afternoon from London. Petal is here from London. Good afternoon, Petal. God bless you. Thank you for joining me again today, girl. Thank you so much. And tell all your people out there, I say, hello, London. And Alicia say, we are not our past. Thank God. But God can take where you've been to share your how I made it through with those needing to know there is life after. She said, God bless you, Charlotte. Thank you. Karen said, it's always good to have an angel on your shoulder. It really is. We'll do, I will. Yes, Stan. Let her get in touch with us. So, Charlotte, let me go back to some of this story. You did 20 years. They found you. Did they ever, how many other people went to jail that day from Red Lobster?
It was I got arrested, say like 6:00. Michael, they got Michael at his mother's house or his Michael got arrested. I think they was bumping like every hour. I got arrested first, and Michael, Demira, James, they got him from school. It was they was him. They got him from school. So the reason why we didn't go feds, feds, James was 16 years old. Now James' uncle used to rob banks with Michael. So it just inherited into James' family, into James. So
y'all hear that? Inherited.
It inherited to the nephew.
Bank robbing in his inherited.
Went down the line. Went down the family line. Yeah. I can hear them walking in. So I was sitting in the interrogation room. I was laying down. I'll never forget, I had a camel skin coat. A camel skin coat. And I took it and put it over my head. And his detective, they called him Blondie. He snatched it off me. Let me get that. This some of our money you got this coat for. I said, I take it. Yeah, take it. I don't care. Take it. I can't wear it no more anyway. Take it. Anything else you want? So I knew how they was gonna try to treat me. Mind you, I knew from their demeanor, they looking at me like, just giving me the looks like, yeah, that's her. They open them looking, yeah, that's her. So I'm like, he said, well, you such and such? No. My whole no. This ain't you, no. You sure that ain't you? I'm positive.
No.
So they give me a funky attitude. Look, I'm gonna give him a funky attitude, but knowing all along that's me. Sure, boo-boo snake, that's me. That's they treated me so they talked to me so bad. They talked to me as I was like gum under their shoe. You just come take our money. You're not even from Milwaukee, you're from Chicago. They call us the bank robbing bandits. That's what they called us. You just gonna come take our money and you never matter nothing. So I'm flipping back off from your mama. You talking to me, your mama. They talking to me, belittling me. I'm finna belittling you. I'm already finna go down this long road. You're not finna make me feel any smaller. You're not.
Right.
You're not finna not to me. So when you talk to me with respect, I'll talk to you with respect. I'll see you in court. Do what y'all gotta do. I'll see y'all. And I had some cool judges. Miss Austin, now you know. And then my mama, bless her heart, my mother and my auntie come to. My mama got on a fur coat. I said, I'm like, girl. She's sitting there looking like this. Her and my auntie Rose, I'm like, I said, well, look
over, they come looking like hobos, huh?
I'm thinking they come with scars on the head. I'm looking like the judge like Miss Austin, you've been found guilty on 5 charges of bank robbery. The other 4 couldn't identify you. You have anything to say? And I forgot what I said. I think I said, I know what I did was wrong. Let's get this over with. I can't lie no more. Guilty. Yes, I plead guilty. Yes, I plead guilty. I plead guilty to 5. Thank you for being open. And they ran a background on me. And it was like, girl, you got a good, your daddy used to work construction. Your mama worked the hotel. Your brothers and sisters and them doing good in life. What happened? I went on the wrong side of the street. I didn't want to stay on the right. Let me hit the left and see what's going on. It's fun over at the left. They doing drugs. They drinking. They stand out. I like this. Come to find out, they didn't like me. I heard
don't like none of us, Charlie.
It didn't.
That life don't like none of us. Trust me. It makes you think it likes you.
My sister,
but that's a mind game.
Mm-hmm. My sister Yvonne told me, Charlotte, I didn't know you was doing drugs.
Wow.
Because I kept myself up. I kept my appearance up. She said, I didn't know you. I'm like, girl, you just don't know, but I thank God for my past. Mm-hmm. I thank God for my past because I would not be here today. I thank God for all the trials and tribulations that I went through to make me stand tall and taller, to make me feel proud of myself.
Yeah. And now you're growing with the company. Yeah. Been there 3 years. Yeah.
So I went from being an assistant with Neela. I was Neela. The same day they told me no to be the care provider for my mom. you all called and asked me, did I want to take that position? I'm like, yeah. And mind you, I started off at $12.
Yep.
And I told him, I said, I'm not making it. Then I went to 15 and needed like, you need more. Then I think I went to like 16. And they're like, why don't we just give you a whole $5, $10, $20 or something? You know, so right now I'm at, you know, it's some be none to me. You know, I'm at $21 an hour. You know, thank God. You know,
Yeah.
And this month I will get another raise. So right now I'm the production specialist. So I can read any formula I can read. So I had to sit back and look at Neela, because Neela thought I wasn't looking at her. And I'm like,
she was peeping over my shoulder.
Sure was.
But I stayed on her.
How she do that? And I'm looking, and she asked me, do this. And I'm like, I got you. And I did it. And it was in Dear System, and I did it.
And I wanted her to get prepared for the larger world, because she had lacked literacy because she hadn't finished school.
But I got my GED in prison. I got it in
she had lacked a lot of stuff when it came to just outdoor life, outside of from incarcerated life. It was a lot. Things had changed. And, you know, 20 years is a hell of a big difference in somebody's life to come back out to the public, to the open airs of life, and then try to adopt all of that. But I didn't want to see you sink, Charlotte, because so many people, and I ain't calling no names, but so many people I was listening to in conversations saying, she ain't gonna make girls, she too ghetto and nah. I'm like, we all pretty much damn ghetto, okay?
But I know when to tone it down. I know when to bring it down.
Look, so what you trying to say, okay? But I know how to flip the script on them.
Yeah, you make me mad, I get ghetto ratchet.
And Charlotte knew also how to play in life. And I'm like, you know, well, y'all talk about, my main thing, Charlotte, was the fact that everybody want to talk all shit about second chance. Okay, you got a company that you boast you're supporting and helping those returning from incarceration get acclimated back into society, but you're not offering them jobs through this company. You partner with other companies, with work. That type of work, that type of stuff was hard as hell for most women to do. If it wasn't for the CTA contract, hiring some of these ex-offenders, females especially, cleaning the trains and buses, that other type of work would have been way too much for people like you and Dee and all them to be doing. I can't see no woman doing that stuff. I can't. I don't know, Miss some women like, I can do it. Well, then go on and do it. But I'm one of them type of women, I kind of like old school. Let a man be a man. That type of work is not for a woman. It's upper body strength that's needed to do it. You know, when they want, what's that company? We ain't gonna mention it, but that company that a lot of the guys go to, that we were sending them to, that type of work was for, that type of work was for men. That wasn't for no women. And we had a lot of women coming through the program. And I was just grateful to be able to assist and watch and keep up front what I went through in life and the struggles I had coming out of the penitentiary and trying to get acclimated back into life and society. It was a struggle. People didn't believe in you. They didn't want to trust you. You weren't your past, but they still didn't want to give you a blank. They didn't want to give you a pass for that. You are always a criminal to some people in the eyes of some people. But those people, you just smile and keep on moving right past them and leave them right where they at, because they ain't changing and you think you're finna change them. So just God bless them. Let them believe what they want to believe. Let them have the feelings they want to have about people like you and me and the things we went through. And you know, we are not our past, everybody. We are not the penitentiary. We are not the crimes we committed. We did it. We all had something to do it on. But we are not those people. We didn't come into this world as babies saying, we finna rob banks.
I met some wonderful, talented women in prison. Sing, dance, draw, cook. I got one friend. I still keep in touch with her right out of there. Rhonda Pfeiffer. She got 3 life sentences. 3 life sentences.
And she's still incarcerated?
Still incarcerated. A lot of my friends, they out. I thank God they always come to Chicago. They gotta come see me. They call me Chewy because Robert Banks, I had to have something to chew on, so they called me. My nickname was Chewy. But I saw girls commit suicide. I saw girls cut themselves with razors and young girls. I saw guards go through depression, quit because they couldn't take the girls commit suicide. Guards having sex with the girls, getting the girls pregnant. You know,
they did that here too, Charlotte. You know about the guy with his fine self. He was fine. I ain't gonna lie, but he sure got that girl pregnant. And the Q-tip, baby, she was big and pregnant. They like, oh, wait, you been here, yeah, and a half. What the hell you get pregnant? Oh, what that goes. He would bring her up out of the tier and take her through the hall. You know the hall at the county jail. You know that long walk through the county jail. Oh no, you don't. You was in Milwaukee. That long walk through the hallways and the corridors of the county jail, which is a prison within itself. It's dark and it's got some clammy areas up in that area. No cameras or nothing. Guards going up in there screwing the women and stuff, screwing the inmates, screwing the locked up people. Yeah, I know it because one of them came and hit on me. You know, I bet that ass is tight. You know, I'm like, I ain't even comment because it was sick and disgusting to me. You know, I bet that ass is tight. I'm in jail. What?
So I keep in touch with a lot of them.
Check me out on the outs. That's what I told him. Check a sister out when she get out of here. Let me see if you still feel like you want to hit a sister. You know what I'm saying? But Charlotte, you made it through.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, have you ever had any regrets about your life? What transpired?
The regrets that I have is losing the 20 years with my mom. Thank God my dad's still here. Dad 80. So now we're taking care of Dad. You know, Dad not going through any ailments or anything, but
that's good.
Losing my mom. Because I'm thinking as I'm incarcerated, the years grew and grew, and her dementia, it just rose and rose, and her being paralyzed and blind, and I wanted to be there. Because I'm the baby. My sisters and brothers and them was always there. I wanted to be there I wanted to be there to hold her and caress her until it's gonna be all right. Because I know she told me that. It's gonna be all right, baby. You did what you did, do what you do, it's gonna be over. Come on home.
Yeah.
And she got to going down each and every day, not to remember who he was. And then finally I come home and I see it. I'm like, that's not mom. She's like, hey, is my mama up front? I hope not, but yeah. You know, seeing her, the different change, but I still understand strong Black woman. I'm here. I said, I'm the baby, but now you're my baby.
Yeah.
You're my baby.
Yeah.
So everything you did to me growing up, I'm going to do it to you.
Yeah.
And I felt so powerful helping her and taking care of her. The day she passed was on a Sunday. I was there that Saturday, and I told my sister, I said, like she's gasping for air. And my dad was over there, and him and mom was talking. And I guess my mom must have looked over. And this is what I got in my heart. They daddy here, let me go home. And my dad called us and said, your mom not breathing, she gone. And all I can say was Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Screaming Jesus, 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 knowing she all right. Knowing she finna get up there, she finna see, she finna walk, she finna talk, she finna do all that. She finna do all that. And I go over there and the sun was glistening in her face. And she looked so golden. And I said, this is my last time washing your face. This is my last time because she liked to wear these. I always put her on one of these on, wrap it up, or her lip bonnet thing and her lip gloss. I said, it's my last time. It's my last time. But when we saw her at the funeral home, I said, there go my mama right there. And I said, girl, where you going? She just looked golden and just beautiful and happy at peace. She all right, but her girls are not. Her girl's not all right. Because, you know, we like this. We call my mama girl. What's up, girl?
Right.
You know, girl. But I know she all right. She come to me. She know what I'm going through, so she come to me. Charlotte. She comes to me. And I still talk to her because I miss her. But I know she all right. But every accomplishment I make her get, I be like, Mom, look. I can hear her say, I know. I can hear her say, I know. So every accomplishment I get, anything that I gain that's positive or teaching someone, get to my mom.
Yeah. What a blessing. All right, Bishop, thank you so much. Fist out to you too, Yvette. Thanks, sis. Our Bishop said, am I the only one that this video keeps cutting off on? Is the video cutting off on you all too? She said, also, am I the only one that sees community standards posted on Facebook? I think Facebook is now attacking this show. They're talking about community standards. I don't even see it. They're not coming to me with it. Why the hell are they constantly giving you guys stuff, but they're not coming to me with it? See, that's the BS I talk about these platforms that they build. We need to build our own platform and just shut down all this BS.
This is what I think with
Because
Facebook.
They got a lot of darn nerve to try
to
monitor
see
my show.
They want to keep us down.
Yeah, when you got all these damn hackers out here that's hacking people's pages and putting other stuff out there, and then you want to shut my page down because you haven't done your job. You haven't done your research. You haven't looked at my show to see that my show is very positive no matter how you look at it. We talk about all kinds of stuff. But you're going to take somebody with a stolen page. First of all, it should be a way that they have a click to keep you from stealing people's pages. They should be able to reach back to the initial starter of that page and say, hey, we see that you're shutting this down and starting another page. Is this you? And that would lock that down right there. You know how the banks and all that send those things out to you? Looks like you changed your profile, or looks like you changed your address or whatever. Was this you? And if it wasn't, you click no, it wasn't. And they'll tell you to change such and such. And that's what they should do with Facebook and Instagram. No, I haven't seen it cut off. I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen any of that at I haven't seen any of that.
Well, you know, they don't want nobody to do nothing or say anything positive. They probably want them up there shaking their booty or whatever. They ain't gonna ban that.
Yeah. And so yeah. And so it cut off on me 3 times. I just keep coming back. He said it cut off on him 3 times. He just keeps coming back. That's interesting that it cut off on you. It didn't do anything here. It didn't disrupt anything on my end. I'm still watching the time and everything. But Charlotte, I want to thank you for sharing your story with me right now today. Let us know, where are you in your mindset? Where are you in your aspirations? What do you aspire to do?
Today, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm satisfied. But I know my aspirations. I know I can go higher and do more and say more and prosper more. I know it's some more stuff out there for me. I know it is. I can feel it. I know. I know it is. And I'm going to keep on climbing, succeeding, doing a lot of research so I can better me and help me. So one day I can look back and say, I did that. I did that. No matter what that past was, I did that. Look what I did. Any accomplishment, I did that. But you know what? There's no iron team. We did that. So that means my dad, my sisters and brothers, you know, my grandkids. And a funny story, not that you know, I had came home, so we go in the store, and my grandkids are like, Grandma. Hell, I kept on walking. My sister like they talking to you. I'm like, oh my God. You know, I haven't heard grandma literally there in my face. I kept on walking. My sister like, girl, they talking to you. I'm like, oh, okay, but I want to do more. I want to prosper more. There's so much other stuff I know I need to get and grow and get and be satisfied with and happy and content with.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely. Yep. Everybody, it's a blessing. Charlotte, thank you for sharing your story with us. You know I love you, Maybelline.
I love you too, Maybelline.
Listen, Maybelline, you got to get in there and get that honey. Maybelline, listen. You got to get the honey, Maybelline, because see, what's going to happen is that those bees are going to freeze. It's cold outside, and they don't have fur coats anymore.
Yes,
Their coats are in storage, and they can't get their fur coats out of storage. So you can have to get all that honey out of those honeycombs. Maybelline, and go ahead on and pour it into those jars and label those jars and seal them on up and sell that stuff to the stores, Maybelline. Get that stuff on out of there. People need that raw honey this year.
I got you, Maybelline.
Thank everybody. God bless y'all. Turk said, no, it's good here. He has no skips. Art. That might be just on your end. I don't see it, but Facebook is, they be tripping it, and so is Instagram. I just want y'all to know that. So maybe Archbishop, you ought to go ahead on over to the YouTube like initially I really would appreciate you to do, because that way you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and you might not have the issues that you're having from the Facebook community guideline thing. Because I'm really not breaking any community guidelines, as you guys see. I mean, we're not doing anything that should be breaking community guidelines. We're having righteous conversation. And none of it is stepping on anybody's toes. And we're not talking about anybody. We're not talking about any damn body that ain't been talked about anyway, and people don't know. Oh, well, right? Robin said, Archbishop said, Alicia said, Yvette said, that honey is good. Yes, it is, Yvette. I gave them all a honey bottle.
She wants some more. We moved to 1111 South Holman.
1111 South Holman.
Right off Roosevelt.
And you can come and purchase it from them direct, or you can purchase it from the Mariano store chain.
Or she can she can hit Shopify, but let me know she finna hit Shopify. She can use my discount. Any of them, they can use my discount, but you gotta let me know they finna hit it, and I can do their name and they can use my discount.
Okay, so y'all would have to contact her to get the discount on the honey. Otherwise, you got to order it online, Blase Skippy. But thank you, Charlotte, for joining us this morning. Rosalind said, Alicia said, thank you so much, Charlotte. And Alma said, what an amazing story. Many blessings to you, Charlotte. Stay encouraged. And Rosalind, now that I've mentioned it, it's cool. I know, right? Right. That's how it works, Archbishop. You know, to go to the source and like, why am I having? And then it clears up. Rosalind said she'd be a great speaker and inspiration for young ladies. Keep fighting and winning, sis. The world is yours. And Yvette said, Neil Adams sent me some bee honey and I put it in my tea every day. Yes, Archbishop say I have subscribed on YouTube, but I will go over there. Keep messing with me, Facebook. Keep messing with her, okay, Facebook? Don't be playing all them games with my peeps. Y'all better come check me out. Come to the show. I got you. All right, Bishop say, how do we contact her? So, what is the contact for you, Charlotte?
So they can use you got me. Give me my phone number. You can give me my phone number.
What is it?
224-469-9736.
Y'all notice we don't mind putting our stuff on Facebook like this and putting our stuff in social media. Y'all notice that? Y'all notice I do a lot of it too. You know why? You know, all this stuff that y'all be talking about, oh, they looking into my life. They've been looking into your damn life since you was born. They was looking into your life before you was born. The paper was already set. The numbers was already given. So let me tell y'all something. Like she got her number out there. People like, let me tell you, all you gotta do is block them. If you get some unsolicited calls, just block them. Mm-hmm. That's all. And that's what I do. I'll block you. I ain't gonna keep playing games with you. They use 50 million numbers. Well, I'm gonna block them 50 million times. Ain't nothing I can't do with a finger. Beep, 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 pop. Everybody, we are way past the time. She said, Neil Adams, I can grab from you, give you the money and work it out. Okay, that's it. But that's how you contact an artist in California. God bless all of y'all. Remember, God loves you. We need to learn to love ourselves so we can love each other. But don't forget this. Reach back and give back. Somebody out there needs your smile. Somebody needs to hear some kind words from you. Somebody might need a sandwich, a bottle of water, whatever it takes, a couple of dollars. If the Spirit puts it on your heart to let it go, let it go. That's what I'm going to tell you. And guess what, y'all? Love, peace, soul, and hair grease. And if your scalp is itching, please wash before you condition. Bam, baby. That's what I'm talking about. She say, call from Clarence Carter and friends. Randall say, call from Clarence Carter and friends. Don't y'all listen, Charlotte? It might get a couple of people from. You might get Clarence Carter call.
Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter.
Oh, you might get France call you. France came on my live exercise video 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Now it's been France. Well, we had some guy come on the show and he was sitting low and he looked like he was half naked. I was like, that buzzard better not stand up and expose himself. So I politely evaded him from the screen. But we had another guy that came on my exercise when I be in the morning exercising on Facebook and on Instagram. Well, I let him come on. He was like, hey, Neela, I let him come on. I'm like, who the hell is this? Because, everybody has these different names on social media, right? So I said, okay, let him come on. Girl, the man came on there and he was just a jagging off and everything. I say, Negro, that little penis ain't impressing me. That really made her feel bad when I said that little penis. Yeah, that little old penis ain't impressing me. Maybe you gotta come strong, come long, come with a ding dong, or leave it at home. So he got a little pissed off. I know he left. I clicked him off the show. He was still jagging off. I said, that's why you jagging off, because you ain't big enough to do nothing else with. But anyway, everybody, God bless y'all. God bless you. She said the tea does bring my mucus up and out. The honey will too. So God bless all of y'all. Remember, God loves all of us. He is the great I am, and so are you, the great you are. Just remember that and be blessed, everybody. Charlotte, thanks again for joining us this morning. Go in peace, sister, and have some fun with yourself today. Everybody, we'll see y'all tomorrow on what? In My Element with Neela and Randall Turk Ray. Will hopefully be back tomorrow. I don't know. He only traveling 6 hours. That ain't a lot. He should be there in a few hours. Anyway, at least he on his way, girl. At least he on his way. Look, God bless all of y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. Peace on earth.